What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome to my analysis and breakdown of the FEH channel that we got today. In this video I'll be discussing on the various topics that they talked about and I'm going to be giving you my opinion. Before I begin, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. They are celebrating the brand new global 3.5-year anniversary Holy War Festival update, August 1st through the 29th. And this update breathes a new life into the game with the new hero, the Ruler, Tyrant, Demon King, and brand new Chapter 28. You can also pick up new hero Demon King and existing characters like the 4 Archangels, Elite Demote, and Purgatory Meliodas. In addition, the other draw, Special Anniversary Thank You Draw, has a 7% rate of picking up the SSR character, which is really high, and with an auto upgrade to UR/level 90. You'll be rewarded with up to 242 free draws just by logging in and playing the game. So the game is free to download and this is an amazing chance to play the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross for both veteran and new players because you get a lot of free draws and the chance to get so many upgraded heroes. So if this sounds great to you, then make sure to download the game today using my link in the description to start playing today. And with that said, let us get back to the video. I want to talk about the new characters first because honestly I was expecting another Thief banner with maybe Yunaka as part of the duo unit with maybe Micaiah, but Tea Party banner is also really good. I really like the outfits and I really like this banner because it does have Mercedes, of course. So let us analyze the first unit, Lysithea. So Tea Party Lysithea, just like Brave Lysithea, does do 1 damage to herself at start of every turn, which is going to be helpful in falling into the Desperation range. And as you can see, she does have Desperation 4 and also the Oath 4 skill, so she is going to be having pretty similar playstyle to her Brave version. Now, it is going to be a bit unfortunate that she's not going to be having access to damage reduction piercing unless she has that in her weapon or in her slotty skill. She does have an exclusive slotty skill, which is probably going to be giving her a lot of stats and probably has some kind of effect. So that is really good. I'm pretty happy for Lysithea being a colorless mage flyer and she's going to be nuking really hard. And now that we have access to Soaring Guidance, Guidance 4, flyers do have the utility that they can provide, and on top of that, being a really good nuke is always pretty good. Her weapon also gives her Canto 1 after the combat, which is pretty good because if she's going to be running Desperation 4 in her slot B, it's just better that she gets Canto 1 out of her weapon, so that is going to be helpful with the teleportation. And she is going to be having Desperation 4. It's probably going to be having an HP condition where you need to be, below full health. So probably the 1 self damage is going to be helping Tea Party Lysithea quite a lot, but I hope it does become helpful to a lot of the other units as well. So I'm really looking forward to Desperation 4 and I hope this can become a pretty good slot B skill for a lot of units, especially if you have access to null follow-up, which I think that Lysithea probably has in her weapon. Like probably half null follow-up is something you would need to be useful with Desperation 4 and not to be stopped by the follow-up negation unit. So that is our first unit of the banner, Tea Party Lysithea. Pretty amazing. And then we have got Ferdinand von Eyre, and he's the 4-star focus unit of this banner. Now this Ferdinand is bittersweet because of passing of Billy Comets, the voice actor of Ferdinand, and now he's being voiced by Rico Fajardo, who's the voice actor of Pandreo in Fire Emblem Engage. So this Ferdinand is a green mage flyer, which is actually a pretty unique class, and he does come with Tea Time Set Plus as the inhittable weapon, which does give +5 attack and speed in the combat, and likely has half null follow-up built in the weapon because he's able to double through the wind sweep and not get counter-attacked. So that's why I'm thinking it's probably half null follow-up, kind of like Zephyia. She also came with wind sweep, so that's my guess. And he does come with Rally Speed Res Plus, Wind Sweep, and Speed Res Rain. So I'm pretty happy with the stat spread of Ferdinand with that 45 base speed, which he could have a super boon in, and also 42 base attack. Moving on, we have got Sigurd as the 5-star unit, and Sigurd of course is going to be doing Sigurd things, which we do see in this trailer. So he's a Blue Mage Cavalier, and he does have his preferred weapon, Knightly Manor, which does probably have a quick impulse effect because his special is pre-charged in this video, and he does get the guaranteed follow-up attack, and he does come with Remote Sturdy, which is the defense version of Remote Mirror. Right after Legendary Leaf in the Hall of Forms, he comes with this. And he does have Seal Resistance as a slot B skill, and compared to a lot of the Mage Cavaliers, he actually does not have very high resistance. Instead, he has got more of a defense. So he's going to be more physically bulky and probably is going to be getting some kind of damage reduction from his weapon on top of remote sturdy so that he can be really annoying. And he does come with Chivalric Aura as his preferred special. And this is going to be pre-charged as we saw. And it is a 1 cooldown special, so his weapon probably has -1 special cooldown. And it's, you know, very, very hard to notice in the video. But after he triggers his special, he does actually get the movement boost and +6 attack. And so does the other allies. So yeah, that is pretty much Legendary Sigurd being a Mage Cavalier this time around. It's just that he doesn't have +1 movement inherently like Legendary Sigurd, and he is a Mage Cavalier this time, so triggering special would be a bit hard, but he probably has Quicken Pulse like I said. So it is going to be easy for him to trigger that. Likely going to be a pretty nice unit to be used in Aether Raid's defense, especially now that Freyja is there who can just prevent any kind of false start shenanigans and also isolation. So I do think that Party Sigurd is pretty much going to be a pretty nice unit for Aether Raid's defense. And then we move on to the free unit that we are going to be getting in Tempest Trial Plus, and I'm so happy it's Tailtiu. She got an alt after so many years, which does make me happy. And she does have T-Cake Tower Plus, and she's a green infantry mage. And T-Cake Tower Plus does give her +4 to all of her stats. And she also comes with Stillwater 3 and Drive Attack. So having Stillwater 3 is pretty good in the Grail pool, because if you want to fodder off Stillwater 4 with some other premium skill, then it does help you fodder. And I hope that we do get a unit with Solid Ground as well, because a Gregor is waiting in my barracks to be foddered off, so that would be perfect. So that is going to be the green infantry mage Tailtiu, and I hope that we do get a green arcane tome soon, because she does have pretty good stat spread offensively, like base 44 speed, and also she does have base 42 attack, so that can definitely be worked out with a good arcane weapon. And then we have the start of this banner in Tea Party, Ayra, and Mercedes. Now I really wish Mercedes was in the front, and it's kind of a dagger in my heart that I'm not going to be getting a duo Mercedes in Death Knight armor with Yuritsa, so that's a bit of a bummer. But yeah, she is the backpack unit. I really wish she was in front, but I also like Ayra quite a lot. Not as much as Mercedes though, but still I'm pretty happy that she finally got an alt after so many years, and I hope that she also gets a resplendent version. So yeah, I think that Tea Party Ayra is going to be a pretty strong unit, and I'm going to be going why that is going to be the case. So she is a Sword Cavalier this time and a Harmonic unit, likely going to be a Gold Sword on a horse. And if you look at her skills, she comes with Attack Speed Clash, Red Feud, and also Flow Desperation, I think. So that is a new flow skill, which is pretty nice. And the reason why I think that she's going to be pretty insane is because she's going to be doing something which we have never really seen before. Her special cooldown count doesn't go down after she triggers her Supreme Astra, which is really concerning, because at least like with other weapons, if they have mini spiral effect built in or time pulse 4, it at least goes down in the combat, and then they, you know, just recharge their special. But here the special doesn't even, you know, get affected whatsoever. So there are two scenarios that can happen. First is that Supreme Astra is a 1 cooldown special, and she has got a -1 special cooldown weapon. So that's why the special is going to be charged up all the time. Or she has got a preferred weapon that gives you super slaying effect or super -2 special cooldown, and Supreme Astra is a 2 cooldown special, which would be, you know, pretty insane, honestly. But I do think that the first scenario is probably a lot more likely, which we never really have seen before, like a 1 cooldown special and a -1 special cooldown weapon that is going to be always keeping the special charged up. Even healers with the bomb plus skills cannot do that with the staff that they've got with -1 special cooldown, but Ayra is able to do that here. And if you look at her after combat, then she can canto 4 spaces back. And it's not even like Duonina's Canto Recall, where you can just go to the place where you initiate combat from. It's just that she has got Canto 4, which is pretty insane. If she has got Canto 4, she might have the limitation of Regan and Oter, where it's only active from turns 1 through 4. So we'll have to see what ends up happening with her Supreme Astra, which has definitely made me quite curious, and what kind of weapon she's got. And Supreme Astra is going to be a special that scales up for speed. Probably provides her with some kind of damage reduction similar to Vital Astra, but again, that is to be seen when we get the trailer, which is going to be happening in a couple of days. So that is going to be the banner, and I'm pretty happy with Mercedes even being a backpack. Any kind of Mercedes content is good content for me. I would have liked that she would have been in the, you know, in the front instead of being a backpack, but still I do like that. So Tempest Trial Plus is going to be starting as well with free Tailtiu as the reward. We also have special maps that are going to be giving you tickets and also orbs. So they are going to be giving us more tickets instead of orbs because I guess they count the tickets as the summon. So that's why they are giving us lower orbs pretty much, because they think that 5-star does make up for the lower orbs, which for me kind of doesn't, but I know for many people it does. And we're going to be having a 4-star special hero raid seasonal summon banner where you can pretty much get older seasonal units guaranteed from the tickets, kind of like you get from the arena. So the red pool is decent, I guess, as long as you don't get Summer Leo, because we do have a duo unit and Duo Hector. We also have dancers and Dancer Ishtar, Dancer Micaiah. There's also Dagger Valor and Elise. There's also Red Tome Valor and Winter Tharja. And we do have decent enough weapon refines for Flora, Guntra, and Tana, and also Bridal Tharja at that. And then we have the blue pool, which does have Duo Alphonse and also some of the units which do have good weapon refines like Summer Lin and Summer Lake Yarn, and also Winter Ephraim having a pretty nice weapon refine. Blue does have some pretty dated units, and Duo Alphonse is pretty much the best unit, I would say, out of this batch. There is Blue Tome Valor as well on Dancer Shigure, so that's something you can get. Basically, Valor skills can, I guess, help you with the SP grinding. If you do get lucky on these banners, that is something that is next best if you don't get the best unit out of the pool, which is like the duo unit. And then in the green pool, we don't really have any kind of duo unit. We do have Neo Leith and also Winter Sothis, and also a couple of dancers in Dancer Reinhardt with his brave weapon, and also AYRA'S. So the Axe AYRA'S are actually pretty nice for the Gale Force strategies if you do give them Arcane Downfall. But obviously a lower merged AYRA is not going to be incentivizing for a lot of people. And finally, we have the colorless pool, which in my opinion is kind of underwhelming as a lot of healers are present there and a lot of dagger units which don't really do too much. The best unit out of this pool is definitely Winter Marth, who is the best ranged far save unit in my opinion because of his weapon refine, which is really good. Neor Selkie is also there with a pretty nice weapon refine, so she can function with that as well, but the other units can be a bit underwhelming from the colorless pool. And there's also Bridal Fiorm with her good weapon refine. There's Bow Valor on Valentine Roy, and then Dagger Valor on Halloween Sakura. So depending on which favorites of yours are most present in a pool, you could try and pull for that pool, depending on if you even get the colors of the stone that you want. So I'm going to be probably avoiding the colorless pool, honestly, even though Winter Marth is really good. I'm probably going to be going with the green or the red pool, honestly, after collecting the tickets. And keep in mind the banner only shows up when you've collected the first ticket. A lot of people were asking me about that, so make sure to collect your first ticket by doing the special map first. In this celebration, we also have Grand Hero Battle revivals and quests, so you can pretty much get free 5-star copies of these Grand Hero Battle units, which is not only good for like limited battles and for other in-game content, arena assault and stuff, but also really cost effective if you're trying to build them up to plus and merge. So it can save you some feathers and also grails, which is really good. And the units that we are getting are also pretty good. So Hans, as you guys know, is part of my arena core, and the true damage that he has got and how hard he can hit and one-shot units. And Lomera is also a very popular merge project. Ludwig and Vigard are decent for like scoring purpose in arena, and they can function as near save armor units, but of course they're not the best because of not having the preferred weapon. And we're going to be having the BST bump after Choose Your Legends, so we're just going to be having infantry units which can score as much as them. And then we have Cornelia. Cornelia is a pretty amazing unit with her Sabotage Flash, and Fallen Linus is also a really good fast axe infantry unit that people can build up. Murdoch is a Grail unit who does have a preferred weapon with a distant counter in his weapon, so he can function as a good far savior, but of course the premium far saviors do kind of outclass him. And again, a armor unit in arena is going to be pretty tough to just manage with the mobility, but still, he's one of the better free-to-play armors that we have got because of his weapon. So overall, the Grand Hero Battle Revival is really good this time around, and all of these units do have good fodder and are going to be useful in limited hero battles and for arena assault. And we're going to be having the new hero summoning revivals, which is good, and this is also really good because you're going to be having sparks on these banners. So if you're trying to get any of these units, you can basically guaranteed get them if you save the orbs, and Ash is one of these units. So that is a mythic merge, and mythic merges are not easy to get because they are going to be part of legendary and mythic banners, and they're going to be color sharing with other units that may or may not be desirable for you. So Ash being here is really good if you're trying to merge her up. I was actually thinking of merging up my Ash for my mythic core, but then came Asker, and Asker is just much better for my playstyle. But if you do want to merge up Ash, then this is a pretty good chance, or to just finish up your merge projects from any of these banners because of that guaranteed spark that you can get. We also have a Hero Fest that a lot of people were looking forward to, and we kind of did know about Rearmed Grima being there because she was set to rerun in August. So we have got female Alear, who does have amazing fodder, and she's a really good God Sword in my opinion still, even though she's kind of older at this point. Then we have also got legendary female Byleth, who also is kind of unique because of the drive tempo that she can give, and she does have access to the damage reduction piercing with special spiral, which is really good. Winter Black Knight can function as a decent far savior, but he does function a bit better as a near savior, as far save units have to take on a lot of annoying range threats. Still, he has got pretty amazing fodder in distant dart and special fighter 4, and also far save skill. And then we have got Rearmed Grima, who does provide you with Arcane Grima with hardy fighter, attack speed near save, and can also provide you with the duplication as a rearmed unit. So you can basically use her up to pass on several skills to your other armored units, which can definitely be pretty helpful. And she is one of the better near saviors because of being a fast unit and being able to deny doubles of many units. She of course does not have the raw bulk of many saviors, but still overall she can function pretty good. So you have a far savior and near savior in this banner with a God Sword and a pretty nice legendary unit who has aged to be better with her drive tempo effect, as that's a lot more desirable than the drive null follow-up of legendary male Byleth, honestly. And she does have access to special spiral 4 now. Honestly, I was expecting like a full-on rearmed Hero Fest with Gonglot, Alfred, maybe rearmed Lif or Fallen Crom. I was really wanting Gonglot so that I could get Arcane Downfall for my Anna, but unfortunately not. But still, this is a pretty decent Hero Fest banner. Not the best, but still better than what we got last year, and does have solid units that you can try and get. Especially useful for the newer players, of course, with Rearmed Grima especially. As for the rewards, we do get 5 tickets for the Hero Fest, 10 tickets for the Special Hero Summoning event for the seasonal units, and we get 12 orbs, which is not much. I wish that we got more orbs. We kind of just get less and less orbs as the years go on, which I know is a nitpick, but I would like to see an increment of that because the game has grown quite a bit, and you know, there are a lot of other game modes that you can spend your orbs for, and there's just a lot of units happening. So I would have liked that. We're also getting 1 Celestial Stone, which is decent, I guess. Doesn't get you a Forma Soul though, but can definitely help you eventually get that. We're also getting Dragon Flowers, and keep in mind that after Choose Your Legends, we're going to be getting a Dragon Flower update. So infantry units that are Gen 1 are going to be able to get 30 Dragon Flowers, which is quite a lot. I really wish that they gave us more infantry Dragon Flowers. And then we are getting some other resources as well, Divine Codes and Limited Ephemera Manual, Tira Grails. But Forma Soul is definitely the main attraction out of the rewards that we're getting. Nowadays, we do have legendary units being run on Hollow Form, so that can definitely give you value to save your merge on a legendary unit and finish your merge project, and also get premium skills on them. We also have some update information and also new maps that we're going to be getting for Arena and Ether Raids. And we do have new maps for Arena, and as per usual, as expected, these are very flyer favored maps and kind of unfriendly to cavalry units with the trenches and stuff. And breakable walls are always annoying whenever you're facing a dancer team because they can just get danced after breaking that wall. So be on the lookout for that. I really don't like any of these arena maps. There's just not a lot of arena maps that I like, honestly. And then we also have new Ether Raids maps. One of them is of Asker and one of them is of Embla. So Asker has got defensive tiles and Embla has got the breakable walls. Both of these maps are honestly not all that good in my opinion. You don't really want to have a map that has got completely open terrain a lot of times. And you also don't want to have these kinds of maps with breakable walls And you also don't want to have these kinds of maps with breakable walls. That is also not the best thing for the threat range, as you can hit and run and your units can be busy breaking the obstacle as it is going to be in their range. Honestly, a lot of competitive players are not really going to be building up on these maps because they don't really offer anything too unique. Yeah, these maps are not the greatest, but I guess could be fun aesthetically. And we have also got Somi plushie in Ether Resort, which is also a big change. So yeah, Somi is finally in Heroes, which is amazing. The main character of Fire Emblem Engage, as we all know. So that's great news. We also have some changes to the summoning pool where units are getting added to the weekly revivals. And there are a couple of units which are kind of due for their weapon refines, like Jill, for example. And there are also units which do have decent enough fodder, like Deke, for example, Shinon, Azel, and Uranus providing the dual skills. So those units are going to be available on the revival banners. And the revival banners are going to be present in the announcement board, so you can check out on the dates if you want to, merge up any of these units and save for them. And then we also have the Legendary and Mythic remix. We didn't know that Legendary Seliph was going to be getting a remix, but we didn't know who was going to be the other unit, and it is going to be Freyja. Freyja jumping the line, as you can see, and Dragon is going to be the final unit in this Mythic and Legendary Hero remix. So we're going to be getting this lineup, and probably in September we should be having Hell and Mirabilis, I think, because their rerun is scheduled in that month. Maybe Mirabilis doesn't get it and she gets pushed further. And as you can see, Freyja has jumped the line quite a bit. So here we have a couple of units who do need the remix and refine and will definitely greatly benefit from that. All of the Fairies, Regan, Legendary Lilina, all of that. And then we have Legendary Seliph and Freyja getting the remix and refine this month. We don't really know much about their refine as of this moment, but we do know about the remix. So Holy Wars N2 does provide you with -5 attack and defense debuff on the foe in the combat, and does provide the guaranteed follow-up attack, enemy phase, brave effect, and also follow-up negation. So it pretty much trades away the enemy phase desperation for the brave effect, which is really good, honestly. I really like that, but it is not going to be enough in this day and age to kill things because there's a lot of damage reduction. So I hope that Seliph can get some kind of unique thing in his refine, maybe like Miracle or something, or maybe some kind of damage reduction piercing. That would be pretty good. I know this is a minor nitpick, but I would have really liked if this was dual phase brave effect because Cavaliers can function really well in the player phase. So imagine Legendary Seliph going in there using his brave effect to kill something, and then basically enemy phasing with his enemy phase brave effect as well. So that would have been really good. But unfortunately, this is only enemy phase brave effect. And then we have got Distant Ferocity as the upgrade for his remix skill, which is perfect because he does have a more enemy phase oriented remix, so this does go well with it. Distant Storm again would have been a better skill if this was a dual phase brave effect, but that wouldn't have the best synergy with the HP threshold. So honestly, I really like remix of Legendary Seliph as a huge Seliph fan, and as someone who has used them quite a bit and failed many times because Legendary Seliph needs so much help. So I hope that his refine is really stacked because even though this remix is really good, he needs a lot more things. And then we move on to Freyja's refine and remix. Again, we don't really know the refine of Freyja, but we do know her remix, and they're doubling down on her enemy phase potential, which is kind of strange to me because with these beast units, as we have seen with Nerthus, Aether, having a player phase beast is a lot easier to function with than having an enemy phase beast. So Binding Necklace Plus does remove the condition to transform. It does have Phantom Speed 1.5 built in, provides some stats, and also has Null Guard built in, which is definitely useful for triggering Gale Force, I suppose. I really wish that her weapon refine can give her special charges. That would be perfect with this kind of half tempo effect. And then she gets Speed Smoke 4. So Freyja does have that distance counter weapon and does have damage reduction, so getting full null follow-up would be pretty nice, honestly, and she needs like a very stacked weapon refine because she is pretty much the worst light mythic right now because she doesn't really do anything for support, and as a combat mythic, she doesn't really do, again, too much. So if they are going to be making her a combat mythic, they need to make her refine extremely stacked, and she's probably going to be getting the new Arcane Nihility transformation effect, which does provide her more damage reduction, so that does go well with the easy transformation that she can get. So it's a decent remix. Obviously, I would have preferred more player phase specialization, but still, I guess if they want to keep her mixed phase and enemy phase focus, they can try and do that, but they will need to pump everything into that weapon refine for Freyja, honestly. and especially if you wanna function with like EF4s for more player face centric strategies, then special charges would be really good. So that is everything in this FEH channel. I'm pretty excited for Ayra and Mercedes, as you guys have probably guessed. So let me know in the comments what do you think about this FEH channel, and what do you think about the rewards and the free summons and everything. And we're gonna be getting a FEH channel for Choose Your Legends in mid-August as per usual, so be on the lookout for that, and I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, then make sure to leave a like and a comment, helps me tremendously. And if you really enjoyed, you could always support me directly by becoming a YouTube member down below or by using super thanks. And for more FEH videos, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because YouTube sub boxes are about as functional as these new Ether Raids maps. So with that said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.